This is Slides in Action. Again, if you haven't listened before, play scheming is all about learning about your body, about science, about movement. There is so much kids learn through play, and understanding these schemas will help hit so many levels. Hello and welcome back to Demystifying Child's Play. I'm Ruth Burko, and today we're diving into a super fun and timely topic, which is how to mix your child's play schemas with easy and engaging Easter activities. If you've been listening for a while, you'll know that play schemas are the natural way children choose to explore the world through play. Understanding these patterns can reduce frustration, bring more joy, and help us set up activities our children actually want to play with, as well as strengthen our connection with them. So today, I'm going to walk you through the 10 most common play schemas and share one independent play idea and one family play idea for each, so that you can make the most of this Easter holiday with your little ones. And don't worry about taking notes. I've put together a free Easter Play Ideas PDF for you. You can download it at playschemas.com/free or check the show notes for the link. Plus, I'd love to see what you try, so make sure you tag me over on Instagram at play_schemas. That's at play_schemas. All right, let's hop on in, whether you're out on a walk, catching a rare moment in quiet, or multitasking around the house. Let's dive on in and explore how we can incorporate more fun and meaningful play over this Easter period. Also, at the same place, playschemas.com/free, you can download a cheat sheet that has an overview of the top 10 play schemas in a more universal way. In fact, if you want both of these freebies, just head to the top of that page, playschemas.com/free, and you can opt in for my whole freebies folder that's got everything I've got on that page to make it super easy, because as parents, we already have enough hoops to jump through each day. Also, a little bit about me and play. I love anything in play that can be used again and again and again. So what I'll do is I'll give you some suggestions, but make sure you always take them as suggestions. If you have plastic refillable eggs, use them. If you want a sewing project to make fabric eggs, do that. Have bean bags, have balls, use them. We also have 6 lovely ladies at home, aka our chicken. So eggs are in abundance and at the right time of year. So I mentioned eggs a little bit, but also I haven't mentioned chocolate eggs. Feel free to sub them in too. Do what works best for your family. Okay, let's get into this list. Number 1, do you know which one I normally start with? Sometimes I change things up, but generally it's the trajectory schema, which is movement and motion, dropping, throwing, rolling. So for independent play, you could do an egg rolling race. You could use plastic eggs, either hollow or fill them with different weights to make the rolling different. Or you could use real hard-boiled eggs. And if you want, you could dye them with some natural colours or shop-bought ones for some extra fun. And then roll them down a rack made of repurposed cardboard or a baking tray. Or do you have some old downpipe? You could use that. With the different weights of the eggs, they'll roll differently, which is really interesting to see. Another way, for family play, you could do an egg toss game. Using those same ones, maybe not the hard-boiled eggs, maybe the fabric eggs. You could use the filled plastic ones. You could toss them into baskets or cloth bags from different distances. Both of these activities will fuel the need for throwing with trajectory, but also fill a sensory need too. And this is Slides in Action. Again, if you haven't listened before, play scheming is all about learning about your body, about science, about movement. There is so much kids learn through play, and understanding these schemas will help hit so many levels. Okay, number 2 is the transportation schema, which is moving objects around. For independent play, you could do an egg rescue mission. Either you, or if you've got more than one kid at home, other kids, could hide eggs or small toys or natural objects like stones or leaves either around, outside or inside. And then you can make up a story about how they need to be saved and cared for before sending them out to complete the task. For me, I know we're really into superheroes at the moment at home. So if I can weave a story about some adventure and some superheroes, they're all in. And rather than just gathering the ball up in their hands, help them to do the transporting by using a basket or a toy cart, something they can gain multiple items in. And as I said, if you've got more than one child at home, it can actually be repeated again and again with the children hiding the different objects. I know when we've done it as a family with either the kids or me or friends, it can go on for a very long time. Quite often the adults will get over it before the kids do. For a family play idea, you could do a buddy delivery service, just like the rescue but in reverse. Instead of them being hid and found, what you're going to do is start with everything, and you can make them bunny burrows using upturned boxes or baskets and deliver the eggs either in a basket, in carts or wagons. And again, you may not think this one will last long. With my kids, we all take turns being the one who goes to sleep while waiting, and it goes on again and again and again. Sometimes also hiding the object near the sleeping person so you've got to find them as well. This activity can be done any time of the year with the same ideas and either use it as is or just change the context a little bit to make it work for the season you're in. Number 3 is the rotation schema, which is spinning and turning. So for independent play, you could do spinning egg tops. You can use real eggshells filled with seeds or beads for a sensory spinning experience. Or you could decorate them with dyes or child-friendly paints. Or for more science, you could have a go at spinning a hard-boiled egg and an uncooked one and talk about the difference, which is probably going more into the family play. But for a family play one, have an egg rolling relay. So using real eggs, hard-boiled or with fabric eggs, you can roll them across the floor using spoons. And rather than just straight lines, you could create a simple race course with markers like stones, sticks, building blocks, or even lining up their toys as spectators. Number 4, the orientation schema. This is where children like looking at things upside down or from different angles. For independent play, you could do a nature reflection hunt using a small mirror, looking at natural Easter-themed items like flowers or leaves from different angles. For family play, you could do a bunny hop obstacle course, setting up an outdoor obstacle course using whatever you can find in your yard or things you can bring outside. Fallen branches, logs, rocks, chairs, sheets, plastic plate, anything you're happy with going outside. Encouraging different viewpoints and different movements in your setup. Number 5 is the positioning schema, where you line up and arrange things. For independent play, you could do some egg sorting. Using foraged items like pine cones, stones, leaves, you can line them up to create patterns. Or first draw some eggs together, cut them out, and then they can use them to line up. For family play, you could do a nature pattern game, creating repeating patterns using eggs, flowers, twigs. Focusing on some simple and natural materials can be really awesome at this time of year. Whether you're coming into winter or coming into summer, both of these seasons do really well. It can also be done well out on a walk. You can collect fallen materials while walking, and then when you have enough, stop and make a pattern that another walker can enjoy. Number 6 is the transformation schema, which is about mixing and changing of substances. So for the first one, for independent play, you could do some ice egg exploration, where you can freeze water with petals or herbs or even some toys inside, some egg-shaped molds or your normal ice cube molds, then let them melt either in warm water or on a plate to see the transformation. For family play, you could do some Play-Doh. So this is a really good one because you've got the changing of when you're making the Play-Doh, you've got the changing while you're using the Play-Doh. So once you've made it, you can use it to shape eggs, bunnies, or maybe some nature-inspired shapes or some things about the Easter story. And if you'd like the Play-Doh recipe, please let me know. Number 7 is the connection schema, which is joining things together. For independent play, you can do eggshell stacking. Maybe it's just because we have our chooks, but we have a lot of eggs. What you can do is save up and dry the eggshells, which have been broken in half, and then use them to play with and stack up. And then for family play, you could have a go at building a nature den. Construct a human-sized bunny burrow or Easter basket or bird nest, either inside or outside using sticks, leaves, blankets, and then enjoy a story inside once it's complete. Remembering that connection is also connecting our bodies. So snuggle up like buddies, maybe reading Easter story from the library. And who knows, you also may be filling the love tank through the love language of physical touch or quality time. If you're new here, we've just completed a series of the 5 love languages. So look back at episodes 14 through to 17 or send me a message and I'll send them to you. Okay, homeward stretch. Remember to head to placeschemas.com/free to get all of these ideas in your back pocket. So number 8, after the connection schema, is the disconnection schema. So this is taking things apart. For independent play, you can do eggshell smash. I know our kids love it when they get the chance to break things. Using the eggshells, those same ones you've just used for stacking, you can let your child crush them and explore the textures. Then you could even use those pieces to make a collage. As a family, you can make an egg piñata. To make a simple piñata, you can use old newspapers and natural glue. Even flour and water works well. And then you can fill it with whatever you like and then take turns breaking it open. But one top tip here is less is more when it comes to layers. You don't want to end up with a piñata you just can't get into, so you only need a few layers. Number 9 is the enclosure schema. This is filling and containing. So for independent play, you could do a nature basket fill, where they collect natural items like flowers, leaves, or small stones and place them in a woven basket. For nature play, you could have a go at doing a sensory bin. I don't do many sensory bins at home, but you can have a really fun time using little rocks. You could use some old beans. For us, it's just coming out of summer. I've got a lot of scarlet runner beans on the trellis still, which are all going into dried beans. way too many to use for next year, so I can use those for the kids to play with. Do be careful with any type of activities that the little ones don't put them in their mouth. And then you could hide little treasures in them, like pine cones, small little eggs, or little toys. And as you'll have noticed, as we just come to the last one, a lot of these schemas can overlap. So when you've got one, you can also be working with another, which is really great when you're working with siblings who are working through different schemas. If you're ever thinking, oh, how do I do this for a child that's different? Just flick me a message and I'd love to help problem solve with you. Okay, number 10, the last schema we're talking about is the enveloping schema, which is wrapping and covering things up. So for independent play, you could do a nature wrap up using large leaves or some fabric scraps. You can wrap small stones or toy animals, mimicking a bunny or bird nest. And as a family game, you could wrap each other in some fabric and then hop around like a wrapped chocolate bunny. So have a go at doing this, and you might need to support each other with the bouncing. Even do some egg and spoon races, or you could even make it like a sack race. So as we've talked through those 10 schemas, what you can also think about is Easter traditions as a family. I'm all about getting outside no matter what time of year it is. And the great thing with Easter is whether it's your kind of spring or fall, autumn, both of them are beautiful times of year to get outside. So a great excuse. What you could do is an Easter nature walk, and it's something you can repeat every year. You could also have a treasure hunt as part of it, where you collect flowers, leaves, feathers, and then make a collage either on recycled paper or card that you can take home, or something on the ground like I mentioned before that you can leave there. As I said, you could do this year after year, the same track or different tracks. As a family, it's a great time to do story time. As I said before, head to the library and get out some Easter-themed books, and then read an Easter story together. Then you could use homemade bunny masks or stick puppets or the Play-Doh, or use their normal toys for some imaginative play to retell the story. Another family idea could be an Easter kindness basket. Think about some people you know who are living locally to you, or maybe a bit of a drive away, and you could fill a small basket with some handmade crafts, maybe some loose fabric eggs if you're going to make them, or maybe some baking, and then deliver it. One last thing, a really fun Easter tradition or an Easter family recipe you can use is bunny pancakes. What you can do is you can make simple pancakes and use fruit like banana slices, blueberries, and strawberries to create a bunny face. It's fun, easy, and very nutritious, and there are so many schemas that can be covered in this. I think particularly using eggs, being able to crack them, which gives you the disconnection, as well as giving you the transformation of mixing them together. You can also do rotation with the stirring. I can go on and on. When we make pancakes, our go-to now is oat pancakes. They're still delicious, but with the oats in, they've got that extra slow release energy and filling up power to help our little ones stay fuller and powered up for longer, as my 4-year-old likes to say. So I'll make sure I include the recipe in the free PDF over at playschemas.com/free. Okay, again, we have covered a lot today, and I hope these Easter play schema ideas bring you some fun, connection, and a little extra joy and a lot less frustration to your home this holiday season. Don't forget to grab the free PDF, and do let me know if you try any of them over at Instagram at play_schemas, so we can share in the play inspiration together. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time for more ways to play and support your child's development. So happy Easter, happy play, and remember, today is a great day to play.